Guys, don't forget to go check out our website, tbnoffroad.com. If you want to support the channel, we've got all kinds of merch, men's, women's, long sleeve, short sleeve. Go check it out.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to TBN Off-Road. Today we're installing a set of ORO LiteDOT taillights on the JK. We got the TNT corners finally installed. These were one of the only taillight options that would work with the new corners. So I know there's a little bit of confusion around these. I couldn't find a whole lot on how to wire them, so we're going to go over that. And I'll kind of show you how to test to see what wires on your Jeep actually power the lights on the taillight. So let's get after it. Okay, the first thing I want to show you guys is with these being LED taillights, if you don't install one of these, you're actually going to have a quick flash. This is an LED resistor. You can find them on Amazon. I actually got these from TNT when I purchased the corners and the lights. So the first thing you got to figure out with these are which wires power what light coming from your stock harness. These resistors, one end has to go to the turn light, one end has to go to the ground. So let's show you how to figure out which wire does what. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is pull the factory harness out. I didn't want to deal with some short wires in the back, so I actually just pulled it through the grommet. That's why it's hanging right here. I already had LED taillights installed, so I actually already had one of these flashers in place, but I'll show you the process and it's essentially the same. So the first thing we need to do is determine which one of these wires is our blinker and our tail light. So we're actually just going to use a $5 test light. So we want to take the ground probe of the test light, connect it to the black wire, which is our ground. We'll turn the lights on and we will turn the blinker on. So I'm going to basically just start touching this test wire on these other wires, and it's going to act just like the light. So this will start blinking when I get to the turn signal, and then it'll stay solid when I get to the tail light. So red, there you can see it's blinking. So I know that my red wire is my turn signal. Brown is steady, so I know that it is just the tail light. And then that would mean that the white is my reverse light. It's that easy. So now that we know the red wire is our turn signal and the ground wire is black, we're going to wire the flasher. It doesn't matter which end. This one happens to have red and black wires. The other one I had was just two red wires. It doesn't matter which one's which, but you're going to put one end to the turn signal side and the other end to the ground. And that's exactly how this one was wired in. Another thing to note is that TNT, if you had TNT corners that these are going in, they did cut this hole big enough so that you can take the factory harness, disconnect it, and it'll still slide through that hole. So I was a little worried I would have to wire this all up permanently, but these have got to come off again to get painted, so no big deal getting the factory harness out. Okay, now that we've got the harness out of the Jeep, we're just going to go ahead and make all the connections. I've got these nice... Oh, these aren't waterproof. I had some waterproof ones. We're still going to use some heat shrink on those, but they give you like the actual kind of heated up solder connections. I've found that some of those will pull apart, so I kind of prefer the butt connectors. So we will just start connecting all these up. One thing to note before I do this, I do have, you do have to add a jumper wire because you wired in the flash resistor. So then you do need a second wire to come out of that original connection to go to your butt connectors for these lights. I forgot heat shrink. Awesome. These are watertight. I was wrong. All right, we said brown to brown. All right, there you go. I'll go ahead and finish up the heat shrink, and then we'll have one light wired up. All right, I'll go ahead and tape this guy because I'm stupid, but otherwise, there you go. There's the harness. I'll tape everything up and we'll probably put it in a nice wire loom, but there's one done. All right, now we'll make sure it works. There's tail light, turn signal, brake light, and reverse light. Cool. One other thing to note when you install these, they are side specific because they've got this little side marker. So the mounting holes will be at 4 and 8 o'clock, and then obviously your marker will be on the side that it's supposed to be on. Guys, I did forget to point out, but the directions do tell you which wire is which on the new lights. So in my case, blue was, let's see, reverse, which was our white wire. Brown was taillights, which was our brown. Red was the turn signal, which was our red. And ground was black, which was our black. So not too hard. All right, passenger side is done. We'll go ahead and check it. Blinker. The taillight works. Brake. And reverse. Okay, mounting wise, they give you a couple different options of hardware. We've got these Allen head bolts and then some real small hex heads if you were going into like a TJ. These Allens fit right in there, and they're a little short on the back end with these corners, so I'll probably just go get some different hardware. But that's it. Well, there you have it, guys. LiteDOT's installed. Overall, super easy job once we kind of figured out where those wires went and where that flasher needed to go. Hit me up in the comments if you've got any questions. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, TBN Off-Road. Subscribe to the channel. We're doing a lot of cool stuff. We've got this JK we just stretched, and we've got a TJ, an LJ, and a JKU. So all kinds of content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.